Hey, it's Nicholas. I'm back with another one of my cynical, misanthropic rants. I'm I've been in kind of an odd mood lately, so I just figured, this is a great way to kind of release it. But okay. So there's this big thing going on. Well, it has been going on for as long as I can remember, and it's just the taboo. I'm a big proponent of freedom. I think that everyone out there should be able to do what they choose if it doesn't hurt anybody else. Meaning, gay marriage, whatever, I don't care. That's not my business. I'm not gay myself, but I don't care. I have a few friends that are gay. They can do whatever the hell they want. I just don't want to see it. And I don't want to see heterosexual stuff going on out in public either. So I think, if you want to go into your own house, have sex with a guy, have sex with a woman, have sex with anybody that's consenting, that's your own damn business. I don't care. Alright? So, for a time there was a time when I was very, I would almost go to the point of saying anti-gay, but I eventually just came to the point of realizing, that's your own business. Do whatever the hell you want. If you want to shoot up heroin and you don't have a family to take care of and you don't have anything that you need that money to go to that involves someone else, do it. If that's what you choose. If you want help and you want to quit doing drugs, then yeah, that's your own right. Go into rehab. Me personally, I've never really felt like AA works, but some people do. And if it does work for you, that's what you choose to do, then do it. And I think, people that they have these forums online that are like pro-drugs, pro-self-harm and stuff like that, and you're a self-harmer and you find this offensive, then just don't go onto those pages. Don't. No one is forcing you to do that. There's a musician out there that I listen to, and he promotes that people cut themselves. He promotes that people use heroin, drink alcohol, and he goes on the stage with a bottle of Jack Daniels, takes a massive swig of it before he starts performing, and everyone loves it. And in his older shows, he would cut himself on stage, he'd burn himself with cigarettes, and people went to go see that, and he has made it very clear that he doesn't do that to satisfy anybody. He does it to release his own anger and release his own negative feelings that he is trying to get out in his performances. And that's his choice. And if you are against self-harm, if you think that no one should do it, then just don't listen to the guy's music. Don't watch one of his shows. Don't listen to interviews with him. And I read this thing, the day gay marriage was legalized, I found this post of some girl going on about how she was in love with her cousin. And she said, I know we can't have children, but neither can homosexual couples. Why is it wrong for me to want to marry my cousin? And several people I was reading in the comments had those gay pride flags masked over their profile pictures, and they were going on about how gross she was. And it pissed me off to no end. It made me so angry to read that, because that's her own damn business. Let her marry who she wants to marry. I don't care. And someone asked me one time, they said, if you believe that incest should be legalized, do you believe that necrophilia and bestiality and stuff should be? And I said no, because you can't legally prove that they were consenting. You can legally prove that any human being is consenting if they're an adult. If someone wants to go into their own house, have sex with their cousin or sister or whoever, and they both want to do it, they're both consenting, then let them do it. Maybe they shouldn't have kids, but that also depends on how closely related they are. And I've done research on this before I made this video, just so I could know what I was talking about. But it had been proven that blood relations as distant as first cousins won't have any birth defects. So yeah, brother and sister, if they decide to be together and that's what they want to do, then they shouldn't have kids. That's clear, because that could hurt the child. But personally, I believe no one should have kids, because this world is unfit to raise children in. If you believe that you'll ever have to tell your children life's not fair, don't have kids. Never do that. I remember when I was a child, the first time I heard those words made me wish I had never been born. I was 6 years old. So, in conclusion, I think all victimless crime should be legalized in the end. If someone who has no family to support wants to drink, do whatever drugs they choose, and that's their own choice, they don't want to get help for it, let them. And I think if someone is on drugs and they do have a family that loves them and cares about them, and their family talks them into getting help, then that's good. Because if someone's hurting themselves, they should get help. I believe they should. But if they don't want to, that's their own choice. Let them do what they want to do.